Hey YouTube, happy Monday. I want to talk about for a minute here about Malik Yoba. Wait a minute. I don't know why I keep thinking I can put these glasses on. It just doesn't go away. I keep wanting to put them on anyway. Malik Yoba. So Malik Yoba has made some admissions on his social media this I guess this week or this weekend. So he says that he's trans-attracted. Apparently, he was motivated to to speak on this because of the death that happened with that young man a couple weeks ago. Where people were saying that the man died because he was teased about being attracted to or having a relationship with a trans woman. And I don't have his name at the top of my head, but that young man died of an overdose. People die of overdoses all the time who are not being teased because they like transgender women. People who do drugs, particularly opiates, die all the time. They die. They OD. And we don't know is this is a part of because he's being teased. No, you're not. You didn't die. You didn't OD because you're being teased by anybody. You could have been teased for having a big head. The point is that you're doing drugs and you're doing opiate drugs. And you OD'd. So I don't necessarily make the connection between him being in a relationship with a trans person or his breakup or anything else with him being, they say, killing himself. If he wanted to kill himself, he'd shoot himself in the head or hang himself. Something much quicker. I think the man OD'd because he does drugs, and that is always a risk. Okay, but back to Malik. So now, I love the truth. I am a person who loves people to tell the truth. I think humanity resists the truth because it's something I've always known since I first came out as a gay man, that there are many men in the world who are attracted to transgender women. Specifically. Now, Malik is saying he just likes all women. So it's just another type of a woman. I can like fat women and skinny women at the same time. I can like trans women or naturally born cis women at the same time. He has children. He must not be exclusive with his attraction to trans women. But I think it was an important thing for him to do. People have to come out. Just tell the damn truth, people. Just tell the truth. People will say, you ask the average person, how do you think most trans people survive? How do they live? People are going to say, oh, they're prostitutes. Okay. Think for a minute. In order for the majority of trans people to make their living as prostitutes, what does it tell you? It tells you that there are a lot of people, tricks, who likes trans women. I think that it's not nearly as rare as you might suspect. If they all making their living, and I know that's not true anymore. That's not true at all. Particularly in San Francisco, it's not true. I mean, this is a pretty open city. Many people make their living in all kind of businesses here. Anyway, let me try to stay on focus here. Okay, so even to say, these people are out in there, you call them streetwalkers and all that, you assume they're all prostitutes, they live a dangerous life and all that kind of stuff. In order for them to be able to make money from that, there have to be a lot of people picking them up. It wouldn't make any sense to stand on the corner all night long if no one was coming. Right? In my experience, my dubious experience, I used to encounter this all the time on the streets. Because I would see these girls, these trans women, picking up these guys that I would do for free. I thought they were cute, handsome. I would do them for free. And they would go and pay these trans women to have sex with them, right? Because they weren't attracted to me. And the same, I suspect the same effect would be with a woman. They didn't want a woman. They wanted a trans woman. They were specifically attracted to that type of person, right? And it's not always sexual, because in my experience, the church that I attend, which is predominantly LGBTQI people, I've noticed, I know some people, they don't get pissed off at me. Here we go. Most of the lesbian women are in relationships. Many of the trans women there are in long-term relationships, several years relationship. The ones on the low end of the ongoing long-term relationships were gay men. So I'm saying that trans women more often have long-term relationships than gay men. Gay men are the ones that's so hot to trot. Probably primarily because they're men. They're both men. Anyway, let's take another experience. So on the streets, I recognize that there are many people who are not, no matter what I spent, no matter how much I tried to tempt them, were not going to be attracted to me because I was a male, even though they were attracted to trans women. So, are they homosexuals? Most of the men will say, I'm not a homosexual. I'm straight. I'm attracted to fit the feminine. Right? Another experience. In prison. Now, I always boast that I never had sex in prison, right? And I went many times. Went 10 times in 10 years, right? So I saw a lot. Many times in just homosexual places where they would be separated, whatever. I saw a lot. And then in there, you don't have that many resources, right? So you can only do so much with yourself to feminize yourself. But there were gay guys to come in there. They would do their eyebrows up, do some kind of, make some lipstick. I think it was Kool-Aid and Vaseline. They learned tricks and all that, but you can have a wig in there. But anyway, these guys would come in. They would feminize themselves. Why? Because straight men wanted something effeminate. They were still attracted to the effeminate. Gay men, as a rule, are attracted to the masculine. We want masculine. You don't meet too many gay men who are attracted to transgender women. I'm sure it happens. Everything happens. But, yeah, I could say that even though I wasn't having sex in there and I was not into the rough trade type people, sometimes it would be slightly, it would give me pause. Don't you want me? Aren't I good looking? They had no interest in me. I was too masculine looking. They wanted someone feminine. So I would say that these guys are still attracted to the feminine. Whether they were born with a male or female, you're putting too much on these penises. Because when we went to the showers, the girls would tuck their penis between their legs. So it wasn't all about the penis. They're attracted to the feminine, soft edge. And I think that trans people, they are unique. They're unique. So they're not fully female or fully male. Anyway, so I said that to say, I think what his brothers did was an honorable thing to do. Come out to encourage other people. And I get the feeling that he sincerely was affected by this guy's suicide, and has brought to mind his own situation. And imagine that he said this guy killed him, who died, 20 years old. There are other 20-year-olds out there. People who don't understand their attraction. I've been so wanting to do a long video on the subject of attraction. This is one time I regret not having a full education. That was something that I think would be an interesting subject: sexuality and attraction, not just sexuality and gender, but attraction. What makes us attracted to certain people? I think it would be fascinating. But I can't take it on. My idea was to talk about why people are attracted to different races and things like that. I have some experience with that. I kind of wanted to go into that, but it didn't have to be just race related. It didn't have to be why some people like big women. Some people do not like big women at all. And like a woman that looks like a boy or very slim, flat chested, that attracts somebody. Everybody attracts somebody. Somebody attracts just about everybody. So what makes them attracted? And when did this start? Myself, I was attracted to, I haven't had sex in many years. Most people listen to me know. But my attraction is still the same. Whatever I was attracted to when I was getting high and using and having sex all the time, whatever I was attracted to then, I'm still attracted to the same thing now. I'm attracted to it even though I don't do anything. See what I'm saying? That's your sexuality, your attraction. That part doesn't change. The ones, people who you find attractive or physically attractive, I think it's set early on in life. Anyway. So, I think this is great for Malik. I don't think he's threatened. His masculinity is not threatened by doing something like this. And, one other thing. If you go to men, you watch porn, don't lie. You go to porn sites, you're much more likely to find trans people in the straight section, or, well, the big ones, big sites, they have their own section. But much more likely to find that in the heterosexual section as opposed to the gay section. Gay men want gay men. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. We don't understand everything. But they wouldn't have their own section if there weren't thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are attracted to trans women. Right? So maybe he'll do some, get involved, do some talking on this subject. Frankly, gay people don't even understand it. I mean, we don't, not really. We used to be the clubs, we judge each other as well. Back in the clubs, it would say, oh, this beautiful man would come in there. Beautiful man. Then you notice, he got painted fingernails or arched his eyebrows a little bit. And you say, well, why would he do that? He messing himself up. Because you want him to be what you want him to be. But there is someone in that bar who is attracted to just what he's doing. They like it just like that. Right? We're not police over other people's attractions. Of course, church people, you're the worst. You're the worst offenders. You want everybody to be exactly the same, just like the way Adam and Eve were made. You base everything on penis going into vagina, producing a baby. That's how you see life. That's what's right and all that kind of stuff. But the truth is, sexuality is much more varied than that. More people talk about the situation, and more people tell the truth, the less hatred we'll have about people. The less hatred. I think there's a direct correlation of people being accepted, or people just realizing that there are certain people. Like, I know people who were trans. The two I'm thinking of, they were born women and they were trans men, correct? They're trans men. I did not know that they were trans men. Both cases. And I know these people for years. At church, casually kind of thing. And having dinners together, plenty of conversation. I never even knew it. I just knew that person. And so it comes down to that person. So what Malik was saying, no, it's not just a sexual thing. It's not just sexual. He's attracted to that particular type of person, that particular type of experience. It turns him on. He likes it. Anyway, that's what people are talking about today. Thought I'd add my opinion about it. I think it's great when people tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. We don't want all your. I know there are some truths that can't be spoken of. You are a pedophile. That truth, can't bring that one out. You like to murder people. That's the truth. We don't want to know about that one either. Put you in jail, lock you up, find a way to get rid of you. There are truths. But sexuality among consenting adults should not be taboo to talk about. To at least acknowledge that it does exist. Because it does. It does exist. We're all God's people. You should all be worshiping the same God. And we should stop eliminating people. Eliminating people causing tremendous harm in the earth. There's my 2 cents.